We have a growth rate for India, which is 6.8 in 2022. Let's not forget, this is one of the bright spots in the global economy right now, such a high growth rate. This year, then we go up to 6.3 next year. Again, a very strong economy, which is necessary.
Daniel Leigh, the division chief of the IMF, during press release of World Economic Outlook report, called India a very strong economy. Despite India's projected growth rate being cut down by the IMF to 5.9% from the earlier projections that pegged India's growth rate at 6.1%. The drop in projections is significant, but given the global economic outlook, this, he said, still makes India the fastest growing economy.
We have a growth rate for India, which is 6.8 in 2022. Let's not forget, this is one of the bright spots in the global economy right now, such a high growth rate. And it is moderating down to 5.9 with a minus 0.2 revision compared to January. What's happening here is also a set of historical revisions. We realized that 2020, 2021 has been actually a lot better than we thought. And so actually there's less room for catching up. And that pent-up demand, which from consumption that was informing our previous forecast, is therefore going to be less because they've already had more catching up before. So that's why there's the downward revision this year. Then we go up to 6.3 next year. Again, a very strong economy, which is necessary to allow India to continue to converge towards higher living standards and create those jobs that are necessary.
IMF's division chief was speaking to the press during the release of World Economic Outlook report. The World Economic Outlook is a survey conducted by IMF economists and is usually published twice a year. The reports compiled by IMF economists analyze global economic developments during the near and medium term. A comprehensive report that carries detailed analysis of the world economy takes into account issues affecting industrialized countries, developing countries, and economies in transition to market, and addresses pressing concerns. What is worth noting is that although the IMF has cut down India's growth prospects by 0.2%, India's economy is much better placed than others, keeping in mind that the world is in the middle of a financial sector turmoil, with major banks in the US failing and those in Europe struggling, high inflation and ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, and 3 years of COVID. IMF's growth forecast is lower than Reserve Bank of India's projections. The central bank had predicted 7% GDP growth for fiscal year 22-23 and 6.4% in the ongoing fiscal that started on April 1st. Meanwhile, the international lender flagged concerns about inflation, debt, and risks to the financial sector from rising interest rates. It warned that if banks cut lending further, the global output could reduce by another 0.3% in 2023. China's growth rate is projected to be 5.2% in 2023 and 4.5% in 2024, which is significantly higher than its growth rate of 3% in 2022. The American economy is projected to grow at 1.6% in 23, France at 0.7%, while Germany and the UK will see negative growth at a dismal minus 0.1% and minus 0.7% respectively. According to the report, most countries will, however, avoid recession in 2023 despite the COVID pandemic lingering and tightening financial conditions as the Russia-Ukraine war continues.